my channel. I am Coach Ken. I help women navigate the complexities of modern day relationships so that they can live a life of abundance. So on today's video, this is the third part in the three-part series I call the value series. It all started with, number one is why men don't value you. Then I talked about how to get a man to value you. And then today's video is when he does not value you, what do you do? You're in a relationship with him, or you're forming a relationship with him, and you want him to value you, but he's not valuing you like you feel you should be valued. He's not, because when we value something, we behave a certain way. We give it a certain distinction. And so when you feel like you're not getting that, I'm going to give you the 5 things you should do. Number 1, stop initiating any type of conversation. See, when you get to the point and you're not being valued and you feel like, well, what's wrong? You reaching out, you're initiating the conversation, you're initiating going out, you're initiating this and you're initiating that. What that is, now you're chasing him. Anything you chase, ladies, runs from you. And so what I tell people is this, is I get the idea that you want to show that you're involved in it, that you're invested in it, that you all in. So you're saying, let me initiate conversation, let me reach out, let me call, let me text. Not only do I not want you to initiate conversation, I don't want you to initiate anything. Don't make the plans for going out, all right? We're not doing that because it looks like the perception is that you're chasing him. And anything that you chase will run from you. So we're not going to do the initiating the conversation. I'm not texting you every morning. I'm not calling you to see how your day was, because if you're not valuing me, you don't deserve that investment from me. Number 2, stop making yourself so available. And you might say, Coach, I don't play games. I don't like playing. I hear this a lot of times. I don't want to play games. I don't like playing games. This is not a game. I'm not playing a game. What I'm simply saying is because everything, when you're dating someone, you are attempting to find out if both of your values, your core values, are in alignment. All of this is an exploration in collecting data. And we're going to get to that in a second, because I truly teach people dating, what we've been taught about dating is incorrect. Dating is truly all about collecting data. And I'm going to go in subsequent videos, I'm going to talk about how most of us have been raised to believe dating was one thing, and that whole idea, like we've been taught, you date to marry. That's dumb advice, because that has led to over 50% divorce rate. And when you date to marry, what happens is then most of us go on our emotions. You give your emotions more weight than they should, because your emotions will deceive you. Because the very day that you're thinking about, oh, I love him, he makes me feel so good, he's love bombing me, telling me how great I am, and then all of a sudden 6 weeks later, you're not hearing from him, and you realize that he's not the guy that you thought he was, because you did not collect enough data. Right? And so that's a conversation for later. I digress. I'm just saying, when he doesn't value you, number 2 is stop making yourself so available. Stop answering the calls when he calls right away. Stop, if you're going somewhere out with your girls on the weekend, if you're always, available when he calls, stop that, y'all. Because he's not going to value you if you are so available. If you're going out for the weekend, even if you're not busy, look, I'm not going to make time for you. So what you say is, no, I got something going on. I'm busy. I got something. I'm doing something. I'm just out. And he asks you, well, what are you doing? I'm just going out. I'm hanging out. We're just having fun. And listen, what I need you to do is there has to be, I know this sounds like we're playing a game, but the truth is there has to be an element of mystery. You cannot be an open book, especially when we're collecting data, especially when we're talking about valuing you, because he'll say subconsciously, oh, I got her. It can't be that. Stop making yourself so available. Number 3, don't ever initiate plans or cancel plans for him. I talked about stop initiating conversation. Now we get into initiating plans. I talked about it at the beginning, but I want you to stop. Don't be so quick to, I'll get the tickets. You want to go to the show? You want to go to the concert? I'll do this. I'll get no. You know what? If you want to go on a trip, because what happens is if he's not vested in the relationship, he's not going to give the relationship a return. He's not going to give you a return on anything because you are the one investing. And here's something, listen to me carefully. Don't ever change your plans for a person who's not valuing you. And I always say, even if you're in a relationship, if you're striving for a relationship, don't change your plans unless he's willing to change his plans for you. And so you don't change your plans. Stop initiating what we're going to be doing. Stop that. Stop that. Especially when he doesn't value you. He doesn't deserve that investment from you. Number 4, continue dating and collecting data. Now I put up a video that got close to 1 million views, and when I said, in the video, I said, a woman should never date just one man. And then I explained what dating is. Talked about it a little bit earlier, but what dating is the process of collecting data. No, so what we've been taught is I'm like a Southern Pentecostal. I grew up in a Southern Pentecostal church. And I was taught you date to marry, which is dumb advice because the reason they told us that, I think the intention was good. But the reason they told us that is because they didn't want people going out just sleeping with multiple people, say that you date to marry. Well, when you date to marry, you rely on your emotions. I say, you date to collect data. If you're driving, would you drive just one car to see which car was in alignment with you? Would you go and see one house before you decide which house was for you? So why would you date one person? Here's what dating is. Dating is collecting data. Dating is about having conversation. Dating is about asking questions. It is not about sex. I'm not talking about sleeping with them. I say, well, if you want to know how a man really feels about you, take sex off the table. Take it off the table, and then you will really find out what his thought processes are, how he values you. But when a man doesn't value you, you do not stop and make him the only one that you're dating. What you do is say, you know what? I'm still collecting data to find out who's the right person for me. I'm still collecting data to find out who is in alignment with my core value system. I'm collecting data to find out, all right, who would be a match for me. I think you're doing the same. Yeah! Yes! That's how it's done. And the last thing is number 5. When a man doesn't value you, you mirror his behavior. If he pulls back, you pull back. Okay? If he doesn't call, you stop calling. Whatever he does, you begin to mirror that behavior. All right? Because listen, y'all, because when I say mirror the behavior, the reason why you mirror the behavior, if he stops texting, you stop texting. And the reason why you mirror the behavior is saying, it simply says that my energy is going to match your energy. I am not willing to invest more in this relationship than you are. And the reason why a lot of women get into precarious situations is because they are willing to invest more in the relationship than the guy is. And And what they're essentially trying to say is, I'm that ride or die chick. I'm that chick who I'm down with you. So I'm willing to show you what I'm willing to invest. The truth is you should not be willing to invest more than he's willing to invest. That way the relationship never gets off balance. I hope you've enjoyed this. Listen, if you like this content, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click the notification button if you want real, raw sometimes, but relatable content that help you live a life of abundance. I want you to hit that smash button, subscribe, tell your friends, your family, your girlfriends, and it's gonna be about dudes too. Subscribe, I'm gonna be talking about guys too. At the end of the day, I'm gonna help people, but these videos are for women. Yo, thank you so much. I'm Coach Ken, and until the next video,